right. See if it goes. Let me know if you guys can see me. It shows I'm live. Okay. All right. Sorry, I don't know. It literally stopped. So I'm not really sure. So let me get my comments back. Welcome back. It's always something. And then I wonder why I don't do this. Okay, let's see if I can see you. Say hey if you guys are back. Sorry about that. I have no idea what happened. It literally kicked me off. So now I'm back. Alright, I'm going to keep painting. I got you back. I know, Bonnie. Like, all of a sudden, it became an error. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, hopefully this works. I don't understand, but I'm not going to. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Edie. All you guys coming back. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's get back. We're just doing the hat. And then we're going to highlight the hat and all of that. Nori's coming back. Sorry about that, ladies. I really don't know. I really don't know. Okay. And then if I missed your comment, now let me know what you're painting with. If you're painting with deco art or not. And then you'll see, like, when your paint dries, in some areas it could shrink up. So just go back. Okay. And then while it's still wet, I'm going to go into the lighter color and just kind of lighten up some areas. Okay. Then I'm going to get some white. So I'm going to just finish. I like to just finish areas. You can go back and highlight and do all that later, but I like to just kind of get it done. And we're going to add stripes to the hats as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go in the white real quick. I'll do some white there. Do some white there. And wherever you feel like it. You don't have, there's no rhyme or reason. And it's just easier when it's wet on wet. It's a little glare. Okay. And then I'm going to go up here. Okay. And then while I have my brush, the lines do not have to be perfect. You're going to keep your brush on both sides full. Okay. And on the lighter side, just do quick stripes. You can go thinner, fatter. Those are a little too thick, so let me get a thinner brush. Smaller brush, I should say. I'll do a smaller brush. I might need a liner brush, actually. Liner brush is on your list. Let me get mine. We're going to do small. Okay, I'm going to do smaller lines. And if you want polka dots, you can do polka dots. Hello again, Leanne. Oops. Yeah. I don't know what Facebook's thing is. I see so many creators have problems. I'm just doing little tick marks, ladies. Nothing fancy. And you can do perfect. I'm not. And you don't even have, if you don't want stripes, if you're not a stripe person, then don't put stripes. But I'm glad you guys came back. So we're doing some gnomes. We're going to do a couple more. I think I have like 2 more I'm thinking of doing. Our focus this month, though, thanks, Barbara. The focus this month is the Holly Jolly event. Comment link, and you'll get a link where you could be put on the waiting list. We are going to be painting. These are the paintings that we're going to be doing in the Holly Jolly event. It is a paid event. But it's for 3 months and it's very reasonable. So I love the teal. Isn't the teal good? I do too. And while I have my liner brush, I'm going to kind of go in here and finish off the hat. So like I said, you can, while you're doing it, and I'm just following the painting, ladies. I have like a reference photo on the side and I'm kind of just going with that. If you aren't used to that, you can for sure print one out. I think I posted it a couple of times, so. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing up here. So we're going to finish the hat in one swoop. Barbara, do you have any fun events when your best friend comes to visit? You guys doing anything? Like what's a must do in North Carolina? Okay. There we go. Hot is pretty much done. If I want to put more stuff, I can always put more stuff. And then we're going to add black lines. That's going to add later, but we're going to do all that later. We're going to go ahead and do the little pom-pom. So with the little pom-pom, if you have a filbert brush, great. If you don't, no worries. You can just use a flat brush or a round brush. But I'm going to use a round brush. Get your brush wet. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have fun. We're going to go from this color, and the white. And the pom-poms you're just going to flick. Just flick. We're going to fill that all in. Round brushes are easier. You kind of want to bring it out so it's poofy. Okay? Then I'm going to go into the light. I don't care that it's still wet. And then I'm going to pull the light. If you like a more tailored, pom-pom, then you can definitely paint it that way. You just wouldn't flick. Okay. And then I'm going to go in the white. Again, I don't care. And I'm going to come out. And you're just covering. That's all you're doing. You're covering the canvas. Okay? And again, if you like it more, not puffy, you just want like that, then you can come around and you can definitely just go like this. More of the puffy. And I can do that on the end to kind of even it out and give it more of that round look. So you're just pouncing. And it actually looks a little better. Kind of give it, but all the insides are like spokes. And you can keep piling the colors. Don't worry. Okay? That's it. Can you guys see that? Now the colors are all blended. Okay. So we have that. Let's clean our brush out. I like the size of this brush. All brush sizes are different, so I couldn't even tell you what this is. Oh, it's a number 4. It says it's a number 4. But I like the size of this brush, so we're going to keep going with it. Okay, we're gonna get, we have black and white already on our palette, but the black is already getting dry, so I'm just going to add a new black. You can pop that skin and get under there, but so we're going to work on the beard. Now, I've done the beard. Usually when I do the beard, I go like a little wispy. God, that light is so bright. Maybe, can you guys even see what I'm doing? um, I do wispy ones, but we can definitely be a little more tailored today, but we'll see how it goes. Is it freezing? Oh, I'm over. Over the Facebook thing. Okay, so we're making a gray beard. And when you're making a gray beard, you're going to start with the white. It is freezing. Ugh. Unbelievable. But earlier. Okay, so we're going to take, hopefully it doesn't kick me off. So I started off, because I was looking at the comments, you want to just do white, and then just add a little black, okay? And now we're going to start with his little beard. So again, this is a good size brush. And I got a little blue in there. And like, the way that the tracer is, that's really more for brush strokes, because we'll go in there and we'll define his beard more. Okay, so right now we're just getting the gray on there, and then we'll go in there and we'll fill that all in. Okay, it seems okay now. Ugh. Ladies, thank you for being patient. I don't know if it's Facebook or I don't think it's the streaming system, but I could be wrong. Okay, so I'm just going in, and like I said, when I do the beard, I usually just whisk off on his ends, so I'm actually going to do that because I like that look better. So as I'm going to the ends, and I can do it here too so you guys can see, I just lightly hold my brush, and then I come to the end and I just whisk away. So again, the tracer, the lines on the tracer are more for how your brush strokes are going versus, because we'll fill all that in later with the black. Okay. So see how I'm just, so when you're lifting it up, see how the brush is just taking it to the edge? I like that. If you like more of just the cleaner, you know, where it's like that, you can do yours like that. Okay, much better now. Good. All right, I'm going to add more white. I'm going to take a little black. I am notorious for wasting paint. so never look, see how I got paint. Like, don't ask me, like, I'm horrible. This is way too much paint for his little beard, but it's okay. And all here is his beard too. So right in here, right where the straw is. So we're going to come in here and paint that. And again, all those little lines and stuff, don't worry about. We'll come in and fix those. Okay. So, and we're going to do gray. If you want a white beard, you can do white. But even if you do white, it's best to put a gray coat underneath. See, I just like the wispy. So that's how I did his beard. But again, you can keep the zigzags however you want. Okay. All right, and then we got a little beard. This is kind of, get his beard in here. The picture doesn't show the beard there, but that's fine. And it looks like I should have painted that black, but I didn't. So I'm just doing a beard right there. It's okay if his beard is long. We're coming after the pumpkin. Okay? And just touch it in there. And then even like for the hat and stuff, if you like more of the, we're going to give him a mustache and stuff, but if you like more of the wispy, you can come up here and you can do a second coat. Kind of give him more of that. I like the movement. I guess that's the best way of saying it. Okay? And now we're going to come in with some white, but it's going to be prominently gray. So with the white, I'm just touching my brush. Oh, you're a big paint waster too, right? I like always estimate. Love the color. Perfect. I do. Okay. So we're going to come in here. We're going to just give him a little white. Okay. And it's really on how the strokes. We're going to come in with black. We're going to fix this all up so then you'll see. But I like to mix the black and the white, or the gray and the white. Okay, and that will clean. Again, we'll clean all that up. Okay, so I'm just going in there and I'm blending it as best I can, and then we'll come in there again. On this side, we'll do the same thing, and you can put his however you want his beard to be. Like I said, we'll come in here. I lost his mustache. Let me get that back. And once we put the black in, I'll get his back in there. It looked metallic. It's probably a big glare. Okay. Like I said, you're just kind of giving some hair, and then we'll come in there and fix that up. I just like the contrast where you can see some of that hair coming through. Okay, and then we'll put all the black lines and stuff. And then that'll give us our shape. So don't get caught up. Every beard is different. Every gnome is different. So again, don't get too caught up that it doesn't look exactly. Okay? We're doing good. How's everybody doing? I think we're doing good on time. Okay. Is it that bright? Are you guys good? All right, I'm going to fix this black right here while I got my black on here. Like I said, black is always forgiving. And I think that was it. Oh, here. Remember, I thought it was an edge. So let me get that, and I got some white. Okay. All right. Let's dry this and keep going. We're going to dry the beard because we're going to come in with the black and kind of give it more of that look. That one's going to be a liner brush too. And the painting comes together really quick. Okay. I have my liner brush and I have my black. So if you want, basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your liner brush. A tip one of my friends had told me, if you want to do lining, you can always use pourable black paint because it's thinner. Otherwise, if you don't have that, obviously, you can just take your black and add a little water to it, okay? So basically, you would take it to the middle of your plate, and when you're doing any kind of lining, you're just taking it, adding some water, and you're rolling your liner brush. If you have the pourable paint, you would just use that. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of give some shape to our beard. Okay? I'm just putting my lines in there. Okay. These two are touching. So you're just kind of giving him his mustache. Oops. And then underneath his nose. And it'll all come together though. Okay? We're going to do a little here. Okay. And then, like I said, if you want his sides, you can just take the black and you can come in and make like triangles.
Ooh, it's blue.
It's a blue one. Ellen said, it's going to be so cute. Good. I'm glad. All right. So then we're going to go underneath here in his nose. Kind of lost his beard here, but I'm okay. There we go. Okay. And you can add the black anywhere you want. I mean, there's no right or way. If you're more structured and you want to make it look exactly like the picture, you can do that. So cute. All right. I think he's cute too. And then once we add all the leaves and stuff, right now it looks bland. Okay, let's go to his nose. His nose, we're going to just take some warm beige. And again, we'll come back with the black and white and play with his beard a little more. Okay. And then some yellow ochre. So warm beige and yellow ochre. He's a cutie. Once you put his nose in, that's really where he comes to life. Okay, yellow ochre. Let me get my brushes in here. I'm going to use the 4 round again. Okay. And then we're just going to mix the yellow ochre and the beige. Again, I'm a paint waster. And you can actually put a little white in there too. Oops. Not gray. Let me get some clean white. It's like a fleshy color. Okay. And then we have some brown. I can't remember. I have milk chocolate. So we're going to add some of that. So it's wet on wet. So this is where I usually just add the highlights right away. I take the white. We'll add the white right to the top. We'll let that dry a little. And then we'll come back. And then I'm going to take some of the brown. Well, marigold or deep ochre. Yeah, either one. Marigold's really orange. Orange. Yellow. But you should be able to do that. Otherwise, you can just use the warm beige. And you don't really even have to mix it. If you want to, you can take brown, if you have some red and white, and mix that and kind of get more of that skin tone color. So anything will work. So I'm going to come to the bottom. Oops. Let me clean my brush a little. But any flesh color, Bonnie. Okay, and then we're going to take the brown and come at the end. Kind of give a highlight. Okay. Kind of a little dirty. And you can blend it in. We're going to let that dry. Okay. All right. Let's move. I have the brown out. So I'm going to take the brown and the white. We're going to move to the cup. Actually, you know what? Let's do the straw while we have it. The straw, we're going to do white and yellow ochred. And I'm going to use a liner brush because that space is really small. Okay. Let me get one out. You ladies good? I hope I'm not going too fast. Let me dry this a little bit while you guys are catching up maybe. Because all we have is the cup. We're good on time. It's an hour, so we got about a half hour left. Closer when you're, yep. So you can see, kind of just highlighted his nose. Those black lines, like I said, you can just put them wherever. It's kind of random. Is that good, Ellen? Or do you need it? Life with Nori, hello. Oh, am I on YouTube too? I don't think so. Am I? That's crazy if I am. I think I might be with the software. Okay. Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm curious because the software, I think I can stream both places. Okay, I'm going to blend this in a little. So basically when you're blending, see how it's like that? It's good to have clean water so that you can come in here and you can kind of reactivate it and blend it in. I am? Oh, okay. Hey, YouTube. I never do anything on YouTube. But that can kind of, when you put the water, it just softens it up a little. And then you can go always back and kind of blend it a little more. So it doesn't look so stark. Oh, thank you. I didn't realize it was on there. Okay. So now we're going to do the straw. So I'm going to take my liner brush again. All right, we're going to just go with every other one. We're going to do the ochre, and then we're going to do the white. If you want a black and white straw, you can do a black and white. If you want red and white, you can do that. Okay. And then I'm not even going to clean my brush. I'm just going to go into the white. And again, you're not doing anything fancy. Just painting that in there. Okay. There we go. There's his little straw. And while it's still wet, or my brush, I'm going to take some of the black and I'm going to outline the other side of. And I just do a light. You don't have to do a solid line. You can do it jagged. Okay? If you like those solid line, you can do a solid line. Okay. Moving along. Let's do, let's keep with the cup. We'll keep with the cup. We're going to take some of that brown and we're going to mix it up with some white. Okay, and I'm using an angled brush. And I'm just going to take some of the brown and some of the white. And just kind of lighten it up. If you have a mocha color or a cocoa color, you can do that as well. Okay. And I like when I have two colors on the brush because it really does give that variation. And then we're going to come to the rest of the cup. I'm going to make the rest of the cup a little darker. So I'm going to add a little more brown. Like I said, move your canvas. Okay? How's everybody doing out there? Okay. And if you like it more brown, you can definitely use burnt umber or any of the other colors. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do the base of the cup as well. That might be why it was jittery, because it was streaming to two places. Okay. And see how I said that acrylic is forgiving? Because if you go over it, you're fine. How you ladies doing? Is everybody quiet? Everybody's quiet. Okay. So we've got that, and then while I have my brush still wet, I'm going to take some of the white and I'm going to kind of add a couple of highlights into just little areas of the cup. There's no rhyme or reason to where anything goes. Okay? And I realized that I didn't do his hand. So that's his little hand. So let's get that going. So the hand, like I said, it was the yellow ochre and the warm beige. And if it doesn't match exactly, which, because I have a whole bunch of colors on my brush, don't forget to clean it. So it's warm beige and the ochre. Okay. So we're going to do like 2 more falls probably. And then we have the big event, which is the Holly Jolly Christmas or Holly Jolly event. And that one we are going to do, let me show you. So we're going to be painting these 3 paintings in a private group. That's going to be a paid event. And that one we are going to do September, October, November. So if you comment link, at least on Facebook, not on YouTube, it'll send you the link and then you can sign up for the wait list. I'm finalizing the details and then I'll get that out. But it's 3 months and 3 paintings. Ellen says I'm watching. Good. Okay. All right. My hand went a little wonky. I'm going to fix that in a second here. Let me dry that up a little bit. Kind of give him some dimension. He's got, he looks like a potato hand right now. Okay. Thanks for all the hearts, ladies. Okay. So let me give him, all right. Move him to the side. Let me get white. And let me go in there with a little highlight of white on his hand. Okay, and I'm gonna get him some black in a second here. Okay, clean your brush. Yeah, his hand looks a little funky there. Okay, I'm gonna do the middle stripe. So the middle stripe, I'm just gonna take, again, I'm gonna take more of the brown and the white, but I'm really going to get it kind of a blend in between these 2 colors. Let me get more white. All right, take that back. A little more gray there. So I did a little of the white and the brown and the milk chocolate, the white, and what else did I do? It had a little black in there. So it kind of gave that color. Very little. Like I said, don't get caught up too much. But that's kind of what that looks like. Okay. Alright. Now I'm going to take my liner brush and I'm going to dip it again in the liner. I'm going to fix his hand here. I'm going to kind of give it a little more dimension. Make it look like a hand, because right now it looks like a glove. So wherever you see the black lines, and then I'm going to take some of the brown and give them a highlight right here. Okay. Hey ladies, hold it up. Everybody good? Okay. We're doing good. We're just going to do his cup right here, which is burnt orange. Love that color. All right. I'm going to take a little smaller brush. That one's icky. Trying to find which one I want to use. I'll use this one. Again, what's your brush? Don't get caught up in the sizes of brushes. Just whatever's comfortable, whatever fits that space is what you can use. So, just gonna get this on here. So the cup I'm doing in burnt orange. And I'm going around the lines. But again, if you're doing something different, I mean, I guess that's one thing I said too. If you wanted to go more fall, you could have done his hat like in a burnt orange and then lightened it up with white and kind of did like in between. So that's another idea. Okay. The lines don't have to be perfect. Okay. But this one's a cute one to put like by your door. I always like putting them on the by the entryway. And even though my canvas is white, I'm going to paint this white. So how you ladies doing? I know a couple of you are painting along with me, so that's good. Okay, there we got his cup. And again, we can clean up the lines. Make them a little more even. Okay, we're doing good. All right, put some of these away while you ladies are catching up. If you're painting, the replay will be available so you can watch the replay, so don't worry about that. Okay, I'm going to dry that up a little bit. And we can come back with the white and then work on the pumpkin. And then really it's decorating. Like we can splatter, we'll do the leaves, but we can splatter too. There's so many things that you could do. Okay, pumpkin is the same colors as the hat, but much lighter. So I have the peacock, and then I'm going to take the white. You're going to use a lot of white in this painting. So take the white, and I'm just going to take my brush, and I'm going to take a little of the peacock, And I'm going to mix it into the white. So it's going to give like almost like a baby blue color. Okay. And now we're going to go in there. Now, if you want the traditional orange color, do orange. The burnt orange is a really nice color. And again, it's brush strokes. So I'm going in between those lines, but I'm kind of following the brush stroke of the pumpkin. So we're going to go around. It's like a baby blue. Can you guys even see that? Is the light really that bright? I wonder if it's the camera. Which blue is it? Oh, peacock blue. Peacock blue. That picture. So bright. Let's see. Let me do that. That's still too dark. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, peacock blue with some of the white. You guys good with... I know it's awfully bright. It's like the lights are off, everything. I'll have to get that all worked out for the Holly Jolly event. Figure out if it's my camera. Okay. So while it's still wet, I'm going to dip into the peacock directly. And then I'm going to come just on the tip. And I still have the other color. And then I'm going to come to the side and I'm going to pull it down. And that's just going to give me... Can you guys even see that? See the highlight? Or low light? And then I'm going to do the same thing. I got it on the tip of my brush. And then right here is my other little break. So I've got the regular paint on that side. And then I'm going to come on this side. And blend that in. Okay. We're going to flip it over. Same thing. You're going to dip on that side. Get some of that other blue on your brush. And then you're going to come on this side. So your tip is what has that darker color on it. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on that side. And if it's too dark, don't worry, we can always blend it in. But wet on wet is the easiest way to shade. Plus it gives you the cleanest look, in my opinion. And then here, down here, we're going to take a little more of that peacock and get it on the bottom there. Okay. And if you want to put little darker ones in the middle or on the side somewhere, or you want more dark, you can just rub your brush into there. Oh, you didn't see it on the... Oh, at Hobby Lobby? Canyon Orange is a good one too. Burnt orange is a good one, obviously. And while this is still wet, I'm going to get some clean white and go and do some white highlights. Hello? New people popping on. Alright, so now we're going to just take a little of the white, and then we can do white highlights as well. And the white, you're just taking it wherever you feel you want to do the white. I can do it here, I can do it down here, and I can do it on this side. Okay, so you're just playing with it. If you want more dark on the bottom, you can do more dark on the bottom. but just you're putting it on the tip of your brush. Okay, there we go. You're doing good. Now, this is white on canvas, but I don't like to leave it white, so I'm going to grab a brush and we're going to paint that inside white since I probably have white somewhere here, which I just used, and we're going to clean that up. So just take your time. It's a fun painting. It's not fine art at all. It's just a fun um, little gnome painting. I have to ask though, because some of you are painting it, so you obviously have to love gnomes. I always remember that about my mother-in-law. Every time I would paint a gnome, she would be like, "I hate gnomes." Like, I know, you have told me that. My daughter's dog turned 10. Do me a favor, ladies. Can you say happy birthday, Sunny, in the comments so I can show her that we're wishing Sunny a happy birthday? That's her soul dog. Really is. She saved her from a shelter. I think Sunny was 2. No, maybe 1 when she got her. So she's had her for, yeah, she's had her for 9 years. It's her soul dog. Happy birthday, Sunny. I see it coming through on the Texas. Okay. Like I said, those lines don't have to be perfect. If you want them perfect, you can do that. But I don't worry too much. I like more of that loose painting. Okay. Got that. We got that. This is a good size brush. I'm going to paint the stem. The stem is going to be a little bit of the brown and the yellow ochre, which was somewhere over here. That's the yellow ochre and that's the brown. So I'm kind of going to get that yellow ochre on here and I'm going to start doing the stem. Oh, thanks, ladies. I'll show Ashley later. Yeah, she's a lab and she's just... That kid spoils that dog. She has such a good life. That's what we always tell her. And she's gone everywhere with Ashley. She's moved. She got her in Kansas when she went to Kansas. Then she moved to Florida. And then she moved to Illinois. And Sunny has gone with her everywhere. She's a good dog too. Okay. So that's the yellow ochre. And while it's still wet, I'm going to come in with the brown and I'm going to blend in the brown. But it doesn't have to be perfect. I'll just blend it in. Leave some of the highlights and then I'm going to dry that and we're going to come in darker. Thanks, ladies. I'll show her the live later. Tell her, look, it's Sunny. Okay, and then right in the center, I'm gonna go. I dried that. I'm gonna go a little darker with the brown. Okay. Kind of bring it up to the tip. Okay. I think we're good. We're good there. All right. It's coming together. I really like the pumpkin. Actually, I got, just to clean up the bottom of the pumpkin. I said the black is really forgiving. So you can clean all that up. Right here, I lost my little, is it right here? Yeah. Looks like my little dimple. Because it goes in. See how it's like, looks like a 3. And it kind of gives it more there rounded look. Okay. And that's why I said the black is really good because it can help you outline like that. And even like the cup. So if the cup is too fat in a certain area, you can come back and you can fix it up. So the black is really good. After you're painting, if you have time, just go back and you can clean up any edge that you want. Okay, like even up here, I see like I would have looked crazy. I can go up there and fix it. Okay, we're doing good. Yeah. All right, let's get moving. I really am touching a lot of black. Okay, what are we doing next? We've got the pumpkin done. The gnome looks about done. So now all we're going to do is we are going to start. Let's finish the gnome. I'm going to finish the black in the hat. So let's get that done. And then it's the fun part. Then it's just the leaves. And the leaves I'm going to show you. We're just going to have fun with it. Because there's not going to be any rhyme or reason to them. I got some... I really was touching the screen. Okay. All right. Okay, let's take some black. Again, we're going to take the black on your liner brush. And let's get the pumpkin. So there's a couple black lines. Now, I just lightly do it. I sweep. I don't do heavy lines. I do light lines. So with your black, you're going to put it on a liner brush. You're going to put a little water. So you take, I'm using the one that's the pourable. But if you have it, you just take your black, add a little water. That's why it's always good to have clean water. I'm like running low. Have clean water so that you can mix the clean water in there versus like your really dirty water. But so we're going to just go around and add a couple lines to kind of define. And I keep my hand really like loose. Like I don't get too caught up in everything on what it should look like. Okay, real free. And we're going to do that to the hat before we start doing it. So the hat, wherever, like, again, make sure your brush is completely loaded. And then just follow the curves. And I don't do a solid line. If you like the solid line, you can for sure do the solid line. Right here is where his hat bends. So I just put some light lines there. Okay, you can put some on the side. Again, you can follow your painting however you want. But the black lines wake up your painting, in my opinion. But again, if you like solid, you can see how here I didn't have enough paint, so I can go over it. If you like the solid lines, you can so do the solid. I'm not a solid person. I typically just do half lines. So even like on the cup, I'll come through and I'll just touch a little of the black to clean it up. Okay. I just add highlights wherever I want them. Or low lights, whatever you want to call them. Okay. And probably do some here before we move on. And again, wherever you feel like you want one, put one. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it there. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Now let's get some leaves on here and call it a night, ladies. With the leaves, you're just going to take a filbert brush if you have one. So a filbert brush is just one that has a rounded bristle to it. So this one we're going to have fun. We're just going to take some brown, some yellow ochre, and some orange, and some white. Get some white. And this one, I just like to mix the colors right on my brush. Okay? So I dampened my brush. You guys good? I'm going to keep my brush sideways like this. And I'm going to just dip into the colors. Whatever my brush grabs, I'm okay with. So there's just a whole bunch. You're going to hold your brush down this way, angled. And you're going to squish down and pull up. Okay? Grab some more paint, however it comes out there. Squish your brush and flick. Okay? If you want more of the defined look, you can definitely do that. So you're holding your brush down and flicking. Brush down and flick. Okay? And if you want bigger leaves, so I'm just going in between all the colors. So between the yellow ochre, the milk chocolate, the burnt orange, and the white. Okay, and then down and flick. So again, oh, thanks, Ellen. And then down and ink. Okay. So wherever you want to do it. And don't let it get mushy like I am. Now down here, I'm just going to go and add the colors. Okay, I'm kind of just doing it. All the yellows. And then you can flick, however you want. Okay, we're going to add more of the yellow ochre. Let's get that on there. So this is really whatever you want to do. If you want to add more, more of the leaves in different ways, you can do that. I'm going to add some of the, what's that called? Of the splatter. So here I'm just going in with the different colors. I get the black, or the brown, I should say. Okay. And I didn't have it on the color list, but if you want green, you can put the green. Okay. So just have fun with whatever you want to do with that. And I need one here. And just flick your wrist. All right. And wherever you feel like one's missing, you can add. And if you like more of the white, you can add more of the white with the brown. Come in there. It's a little too white. Okay. Could you show it on your hand? It's hard to see on the screen. Oh, okay. So let me lift it up. You just take this is like a filbert brush. And they're not, I mean, if you want to draw the perfectly like teardrops, you can. But I'm just mixing all the colors on the brush. And then I'm holding the brush this way, holding it down and flicking. That's all. But like I said, if you want to add little ends to yours, you can just by flicking it. Okay. All right, let's add I'm going to add a little white highlights at the bottom with some of my mixed colors just to kind of liven it up a little. So this is just white. And again, there's no right or wrong way. You're just kind of mixing it up. Gotcha, thanks. Okay. Yeah, it takes a little bit, like even myself, like flicking it. I mean, sometimes it comes out better, sometimes it comes out a little different. But again, if you wanted to, you can take your like liner, your regular brush, and you can come in here and you can definitely shape them. You know what I mean? Like you can definitely give them more of that teardrop shape if you want it to be a little more defined. And you could do that for sure. Like that one I can do that. come up here. And you can come in with the white and give highlights wherever my white is. I'm losing my white. But you can so do that. Oh, love it. Barbara loves it. Good. Okay. Let's splatter, ladies, and that's it. We're good to go. There's no splattering on the reference photo, but I love the splatter. Learned that technique for some friends too, so I like to share that. The splatter brush, you can use a toothbrush if you have one. If you don't, you can... Toothbrush is your best. Everybody has an old toothbrush. This is a splatter brush by Tim Holtz. So I'm going to put it in the clean water. I just get it wet. What am I going to splatter with? Am I going to splatter like maybe the burnt orange? I think so. Let's splatter with the burnt orange. I just feel like it's got a lot of negative space. So with the splatter brush, I didn't have that on the list because not everybody has it. I just take it, put it on there. Okay, you see my puppy pad? And then you hold it back and then you splatter. If I wanted to, I could cover up, which I should have, but it's fine with me. You can cover up your gnome. That's what I should have done. So I like him a little. I got him. Little splatters here and there. I'm just picking it up. So this is a puppy, a baby wipe. So my suggestion, if you do the splatter, all you would do, it picks up easily with a baby wipe. But what I would do is put like just a piece of paper over your design and then splatter. Okay. And this way you can do more or less. What did you do at the bottom between the cup and the pumpkin? Oh, that's just, that's the gray. I just did the beard. That's the beard. But see, like the splatter, it just adds kind of to that negative space. So just take an old toothbrush, cover your design. See, like there, I didn't cover my design. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and just pounce it. And then it comes right off. And if it doesn't, I can always wipe it a little more. Yep. Once the paint is on there dry, you're fine. Okay? But I would cover my gnome before I splattered like a crazy lady. Looks awesome. Perfect. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this guy, don't forget to always sign your paintings. A lot of us don't do that. So just put your initials on the bottom of your painting. And be proud. It's your moment. Thanks, Leanne. But comment link if you want to get on the wait list for the Holly Jolly event that is coming up. That's going to be 3 months of Christmas designs. And then in that will come the link tree. And if you want to come join the free group where you can share your projects, you can do that as well. Everything will be on the link tree, or just go to the main page under reference. Can we get a copy of the reference drawing? Jan, if you signed up in the event, you should have received an email, or you can just comment link and come join the Brush and Restore group. I do keep the tracer and all of that in there. I only do keep it for 2 weeks, just because I do pay for licensing and I just don't have the group filled with, with like just free drawings. It's kind of like come live, do the drawings and all of that. So let me know if that is working. If for whatever reason it doesn't work, I'll come back on here and make sure you guys look for the post on the wait list, because it is there on the main page as well, because I'll be sending out the reminder. It is going to go live soon, where you guys can get your tickets. All right. So thank you for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will keep you posted. We're going to be doing another fall design. I haven't decided on between the two that I'm thinking, but I will be live on this main page probably in the coming 2 weeks. So just have your notifications set. All right, guys, let's see if I can get this ended. Let's see how this works. All right, have a great night, everybody. Thanks for joining me.